Today, I'm gonna be building the bear from 99 Nights in the Forest. So let's get started. So in the last video, we actually made the wolf. As you guys can see, these mechanics are just for the movement of the legs. So all I'm gonna do is just delete this wolf and then just keep these mechanics so we can use them later on. And now we're gonna start with the legs. So let's just use plastic. Obviously, I have taken a lot of screenshots of him. Now let's just make the other part like this. Let's make it 2.5 studs tall. That's good. Now we are gonna color it I think something brown. Let's make it like this. Yeah, I think that actually looks pretty good. Now we're gonna go ahead and clone his legs. Maybe something like this. Now we're gonna go ahead and clone them to the back. Now we're gonna go ahead and make the rear part of his body. So, I'm gonna place a block here. Make it the same length of his legs like this. Then scale it down here. This is gonna be like his belly. So it's gonna be quite big. It should be. And I think his legs should be like out by a little bit. Let's do 0.5. That's a bit too much. Let's get it in by 0.2. And there we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and make the front part of his body. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clone this. Then I'm gonna make it a bit smaller. Maybe I made it a bit too tall. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these and actually just move them back by a little bit. Now we're gonna make the head. So let's just place a block here. Let's make it a bit shorter. I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the ears. So we're gonna put them over here. They're obviously rectangular. Now we're gonna place a block here and then mirror it to the other side so it aligns perfectly. And I like to make a small detail, which is just to clone these. That way we can go ahead and make them a little bit of a lighter color. Maybe something like this. Yeah, like that. By the way, make sure you join our Discord server where we can talk, chat, and even have a chance to be in future videos. The link is in the description. Now let's go ahead and make his eyes. Let's make them black. Mirror it to the other side. No, dude. Auto save just saved us. Anyways, now we're gonna make the eyes. So put the scale on 0, scale it down like that. And there we go. I think that actually looks pretty good. Now we're gonna make his mouth. So let's make it something like this. Scale it down. Let's put it on 0.1. And actually, I'm just gonna color it like this. That looks pretty good. Now we're gonna add his mustache. I don't know if it's a mustache or something, but that's how it looks in the game. Oh, it's his nose. Wait, what? To be honest, I think these front legs are really close together. So I'm gonna make them go out by 0.2. Nice. And as you guys can see, I'm actually really happy with the result here. But I think the legs are pretty far away from the body. So I'm just gonna make them a bit closer. And we're gonna make his tail. So I think his tail was very small in the game. So let's color it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And the last tiny detail, this little piece of leather here, it's gonna be the same color of this. To be honest, I think his mouth is a bit too big. Let's make it a bit smaller, like this. And actually, I'm just gonna remove these because they make him look too cute and it should be super scary, I think. And yeah, guys, I think this looks pretty good now and pretty close to the one in the game. And now we're gonna work on the animation. So obviously, these body parts should not be connected and we will not be able to move it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna actually take his legs off of his body. No! God! I'm gonna take these, put the scale on 2, and there we go. So I made him chase me in the game for about 1 or 2 minutes to just analyze how he runs. I'm actually gonna connect them using a hinge from here, which is like the anchor point of the movement. And then connect these two legs together. I'm gonna do the same thing on the back. And yeah, there we go. And after this, all I'm gonna do is just place a rope, connect it over here. I'm gonna do the same thing over here and connect it here. Let's actually try that out, shall we? So unanchor all, except for the hinges. Oh. So yeah, there we go. It actually looks pretty good for me, and I'm actually super happy with how this turned out. But I think we need to make the movements of the legs a bit more faster. I think that looks a bit more like it. So obviously the legs should be reconnected to the body. And to do that, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and place a piston, which will push the legs back to the body. So let's place 2 pistons here. Connect them with this lever. Activate both of them. Then connect them to the body of the bear. And actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and select the whole body of the bear, except for his legs, and put collisions to off. That way we can actually move the legs back. Let's just try it out. And 1, 2, 3. And that's perfect. Let's go. Now, we have a really big problem, which is actually the ropes. So as you guys can see, the ropes transfer movement. Whatever happens to this piece of rope, it will transfer it to the other side. But they have one problem. They have a limited length. We can only set the maximum length onto 24, which will limit how far our bear will go. But if you go ahead and place a rope from here to over there, you can actually go ahead and set it how much you want, but you cannot actually manually set it to 135. What we're gonna go ahead and do is raise this bear into the sky by about 5 or 600 studs. And to make it easier for us to go up there, we're gonna place a portal on top of him. So we're gonna select all of these, put the movement to 500, and then move the whole bear into the sky. Now we're gonna go ahead and place a portal over here, and then place a rope connecting this to the front legs. It's as easy as that. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the back legs and connect them to these servos over here, which will animate the back legs. We can delete this portal. Now we can go ahead and get him back to the ground. There we go. What happened here? And as you guys can see, now the rope is pretty long. And finally, we should actually work on his movement. So we've got his legs to move, but we actually need to move it right and left. You might ask, how can we do that? Well, we have a pilot seat, and we can use a rope to transfer the pilot seat movement to the actual bear. So a rope will be connected here and onto the bear. So there we go. And now we can go ahead and move it right and left. It's as simple as that. But we have the same problem here. The rope isn't long enough. So I'm just gonna go ahead and raise this pilot seat into the sky. So we're gonna go ahead and place a rope here and another one onto the bear. And now the bear is connected to our pilot seat. Now we want to actually make it move. Obviously, these legs aren't the actual thing that will move the bear. They're mainly for the looks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place a metal block over here. And after this, we're just gonna add a camera so we can actually see where the bear is going. We're gonna connect this camera to the actual pilot seat. And lastly, we're gonna add the boat motor. We're just gonna go ahead and place it over here like this. And the last and final step is to just make everything that isn't necessary invisible. And we are done. Let's test this out. So the first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is just reload everything. Now we're gonna go ahead and unanchor everything like this. Click on this lever.
Bye, have a great time.
So the boat motor was actually connected to the delay block. We want to connect this boat motor to the actual pilot seat. Let's try that again. Click this switch. Now we're gonna sit in this pilot seat. Click F, and there we go. And yeah guys, if you like this video, just tell me down in the comments below what should we be building next.